Welcome back to the News at 9. Today for Design Time, we're here with Kathy Kilborn from TriCity Furniture. And as the holidays get closer, people are coming over to visit. Let's talk about the guest rooms. Do we need to spend a lot on the guest bed when it's only used a couple times a year?
Well, the thing is that a lot of beds today are made lower end, lower pricing, but they eliminate a lot of the contents and the springs, and that's what makes them a lower cost. Unfortunately, with less guts, it's really hard to accommodate adult body weight. And so it really is a problem when you buy it lower end. The comfort is really not going to be there because it's really made for a child or lighter body weight that is not maybe going to use it every night, but it's really not made for adult body weight.
All right, so what size bed should we be looking for the guest room?
Well, typically we want to get something large enough for two adults because if you're having family or guests over, probably will have a couple of people on it. And if you don't get at least into a queen size, you're actually only giving them about the size of a crib mattress. So the full size is really, really tight. Now, if you have a small room and can only accommodate a full, we understand that, and that's what you have to do. But it is just 6 inches wider, so it really would be nice if you could actually go to that queen size and then allow for them to have comfort when they stay.
Yeah, that's very important. Let's talk about the firmness. What should you be looking for in a guest bed?
Well, the thing that you would like to do is kind of accommodate everyone, and a lot of people purchase the lowest price, which is usually the hardest bed that there is, because the cost in mattresses today is the padding and how the longevity of that padding will work. But I would suggest to get something in a plush. It's going to have more padding than a firm bed, but not the pillow top, thick padding. It won't be any different cost than the firm bed, but it will give them more comfort. I know I have terrible time in hotels because the beds are so hard, and I'm used to something a little more cushy. And so I always ask what kind of beds, because a little bit more padding for most body is really important today.
So what else should you consider before you purchase your guest room bed?
Well, the best thing to do is when you buy a mattress to protect it. And whether it's for yourself or for the guest room, I would suggest to get a mattress pad and cover it really well. People traveling have all sorts of chances to pick up things, you know, like those little critters that like to travel. But we want to protect our investment and make sure that it's going to be good for a long time. Not only does it protect against those kind of issues, but just the skin, body release of dead skin. It's easy then to pull it off, launder it, and then return it, and make our bed really, really fresh for each guest. Now, one other thing I would suggest is if you're in need for a bed for yourself, and say you have a queen bed, it might be wise to actually move it into the guest room and buy yourself something new, because you usually have slept on something a little better. Maybe it's not that bad, but would be good for a guest room, and then you would get the benefit of a nicer quality mattress. And as mattresses get older, we need to keep adjusting them because of our body needs, not necessarily the bed going bad, but the comfort that we want does vary. So as we age, our backs hurt a little more, so we have a little more aches and pains, and the cushioning would be something that we might want to consider. So that might be a good option, and give your guests a nice bed too.
Yeah, that's a great idea, and hopefully your guests, whether it be family or friends, will be nice and comfortable when they come stay with you. Well, thank you very much, Kathy. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thanks for watching this edition of Design Time.